Okay, question K. William, how about you? Which one you on?
I'm on L, but I'm not really sure if I got it right.
It's okay. Yeah, as long as you have tried it, right? You can make a little guess. Just write down what you think it is.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can raise your hand. Okay, Trudy, can you tell me your answer for G?
I think it's pi over 2.
Pi over 2. And the second one?
3 pi over 2.
3 pi over 2. Okay, hold on. Let me write 3 pi over 2. Okay, how about the green one?
Pi over 2.
And?
Negative pi over 2.
Yep. Okay, so for this question, we have two answers for each domain. Okay, now for H, if we draw the picture, right, sine is -1. So sine -1 has to, there's only one place, right, for sine -1. So what will be the answer for the red one? Tiana?
3 pi over 2.
Yeah. Okay, and there's no other place, right? How about the green one?
3 pi over 2.
3 pi over 2. Well, the green can only go up to pi. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah, the domain only goes up to pi. So 3 pi over 2 will be outside the domain.
Negative 3 pi. Wait.
You have to go to here.
Negative pi over 2.
Yeah, negative pi over 2. Okay, so the domain means how far you are going to scan, right? Scans for the answer, right? How far can you go to find answers? So the second domain, right? If you look at the picture over here, the two little circles that we drew, right? You can only go half a circle on each side, right? So if it passes that, then it's not inside the domain. Okay, next question. Okay, tangent equal to -1. Okay, where is tangent equal to -1, William?
Quadrant 1 and 3.
Yeah, so this one is a trick question, okay? I threw here, so then you think it's on the axis, right? It's not on the axis for this one, okay? I hope nobody fall for it, right? So it's actually still in the quadrant, okay? So what's the reference angle, William?
45. I
Radian.
mean, oh god. Pi over 4.
Yes, okay. So the first answer will be,
Pi over 4.
yeah, and second answer?
5 pi over 4.
5 pi over 4. Okay, now the green one,
Pi over 4.
over 4. And then the other green,
Negative 3 pi over 4.
perfect. Okay. Okay, how are you guys doing? Donna, Samantha, Tiana, Trudy, are you guys done the last three as well?
Almost.
Almost. Okay. Cotangent 0. Where is cotangent 0? Cindy?
The line.
Huh? Where is the line?
The
Which
line.
axis? Hmm?
The vertical line.
Okay, the vertical line. Okay, so it will be the same as tangent undefined, right? So it will be two places. So, okay, I'll just write, oops, here. Okay, so it'll be at the same place, right? Same as tangent equal undefined, okay? So the first answer will be what, Cindy?
Pi over 2, 3 pi over 2.
Okay, and then the green one?
Pi over 2, negative pi over 2.
Yeah, good. Okay, next one, K. Okay, so Trudy, where is secant undefined? Where do we draw the line?
On the 90 and 270.
Okay, very good. So this one is same as cosine equals what? Trudy?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Secant undefined is the same as cosine equals to what?
Cosine equals to 0.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so our first answer will be,
Pi over 2.
and
3 pi over 2.
okay, and second answer,
Pi over 2.
yeah, and
negative pi over 2.
all right, last one, cosecant 0, right? Eric asked this one. Cosecant equals 0, same as sine undefined. So what do you think now, Eric?
I don't know where sine is undefined.
Okay, how about Ray? What do you think? Where is sine undefined?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. That's a good answer, right? So this one is never undefined, right? Because no matter what number you put into sine, right, you can always get an answer out. Okay, any angle is okay, right? Only the tangent has undefined, right? Secant, cosecant, cotangent, only those one. Sine, cosine is never undefined. Okay, so you can write down the side, sine, cosine, never undefined. Okay, so this one will have no answer, right? Because you can never find angle that makes it equal to 0 for cosecant. All right, so that concludes all the finding angle for exact value. Okay, so of course sometimes the ratio they give you could be decimal, right? Could be something that's not just 1 root 2, root 3 1 2. That's too boring, right? So therefore we have another rule here. So that's the if the ratio, okay, ratio means the side ratios, right? These are called side ratios. Okay, if those ratios is not special, not special meaning it's not 1 root 2, not square root 3 1 2, right? Not the power over 6, power over 2, those ones. Then if it's not special, then we are not able to use the special triangle to find the reference, right? So these two steps will be replaced, okay? So our reference angle can equal to, you have to use calculator now because it's not special, right? So to find reference angle is equal to inverse of, okay, let's not write the word of, bracket. Inverse means sine inverse, cosine inverse, tangent inverse, right? Depending on the question. So inverse of positive, okay, that's called positive ratio. Okay, because reference angle cannot be more than 90 degree, right? So you have to put positive ratio. Otherwise, sometimes they will give you an angle that's more than 90, right? Or sometimes they give you an angle that's a negative, okay? So you want to keep it simple, right? Keep it a positive ratio, so your reference is smaller than 90 degree. Okay, so let's try it out, right? So the things on the next page will be question like that. So some question, right? Some ratio can be decimals, right? Or it could be fractions. Okay, so let's pick one question from E to H. Okay, and then we'll go through one together. Let's try try G. Okay, let's try G. Right, so cosecant, right? It has a cosecant there. So Cindy, what do you think we should do first?
Isolate.
Yeah, isolate cosecant. Very good. Okay, so let's do that. Cosecant A should equal to what? Ray?
Negative 12 over 5.
Yep, very good. Okay, so that's the first step, right? You have to make it look like other questions, right? So after that, we just follow the same 4 steps. Right, the 4th step is still the same. It's only the 2nd step and 3rd step you are going to use calculator. Okay, so we still begin with check sign. So let's look at the sign now. This cosecant has a negative, right? So which quadrant is it? Cosecant negative where? Samantha, where is cosecant negative?
3 and 4.
3 and 4, very good. Okay, so let's write that down, 3 and 4. Okay, and then we'll draw it out just like before. Okay, so we'll draw the angle in quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Okay, so usually we have to fill in the sides, right? But because it's not special, right, we have to use your calculator. So everybody please take out your calculator. Now, because the calculator doesn't have cosecant button, right? So what should we do? Do you remember? If we want to use calculator to deal with cosecant, what should we do? Anyone remembers? We went over a calculator session before, right? If there's a cosecant, but there's no cosecant button, what should we do now?
1 over sine.
Yeah, so you have to rewrite it, okay? So what we are going to do is we are going to rewrite the question, right? Remember in the last page, right? Like question L, right? Cosecant equal to 0. I can rewrite it as sine equal undefined, right? So basically, you just reciprocal both sides at the same time, right? Then it doesn't change the question. It's still the same, asking the same thing, just written in a more friendly form, right? So cosecant, if I flip it, it will become sine. Then the other side, it will become what, Tiana?
5 over negative 12.
Yeah, negative 5 over 12. Okay, so you flip the right-hand side. Left side and right side, both sides flip. Okay, so instead of doing the cosecant question, you do the sine question. Then you have a calculator button to press. Okay, so now if you want to find reference, it will equal to sine inverse, right? You follow the sentence we wrote down. Inverse, right? Inverse of positive ratio. Okay, so the ratio they give you is a negative, but you will ignore that for now when you are finding reference. So you just put 5/12 in the calculator. Okay, now because you are pressing the sine inverse button, right? To get the inverse, you have to use either the second or shift, right? And only when you need to press, then you need to think about the mode. Which mode should we be using? Donna? What mode should we use?
Um,
Degree mode or radian mode?
degree.
Degree. How do you know it's a degree question? Because you like degree?
Um,
Huh? How do you know we need to use degree or radian?
I don't know.
Not sure? Okay. Anyone else? Is there any part, like anywhere that tells you we need to use degree? Cindy, what do you think?
Radian.
How do you know we want degree radian?
Because there's no degree symbol.
Well, the symbol here, the thing here, hold on. Okay, degree and radian, those are for angles, right? Yeah, Cindy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now this number that they give you is this angle,
No.
right? What's this thing called? 5/12, what's that called? Is that angle or ratio?
Ratio.
Ratios, right? It represents the ratios of the sides, right? So it doesn't matter if we, right? So you cannot put degree on top of it, right? So it's not angle, so we don't really care about degree or radian for the ratio, okay? So in here, you won't see degree or radian. So where can you find a hint? Where does it tell you it's degree or radian? Anyone else find it? Right, in the whole question, there's no degree sign, right? But it doesn't mean it has to be radian. Where does it tell you, William? What do you think? Should it be in degree or radian?
Radiant?
How do you know?
Because it's asking for, like, they're not asking for an angle.
It is asking for angle, right?
Is it? Okay,
Look
never
at
mind then.
question 14. Find all the possible angle A, right?
Oh, okay.
Right, this whole section, everything we've learned today is about finding angle. So should we be finding angle in radian or degree? Trudy?
Or find them in
I can't hear
radian.
you. Huh?
What?
What did you say?
My laptop keeps overheating.
Are we finding angle in degree or radian?
I'm finding the angle in degree.
How do you know?
It says in the question.
Huh? Say that one more time.
It says find all possible angles to the nearest tenth of a degree.
There you go. I hope you are not the only one sees it, huh? Okay. It says it in the question, okay? So make sure you guys got to read the question. Find all the angle to the nearest tenth of a degree. Okay, so that's where you figure out you want to keep your calculator in degree mode or radian mode. Okay, otherwise you will get the whole section wrong if you miss that and you pick a different mode, right? So now please double check your calculator. Make sure you are in degree mode. Okay, if they have this, right, a between 0 to 2 pi, then you know it's radian mode, right? Since it says 0 to 360, then you know it's degree mode. Okay, so once you have it in degree mode now, let's put it into calculator. Sine inverse of 5/2, okay, and keep it in, right? It says tenth degree, right? So what's your answer? Can you raise your hand once you get the reference angle? Okay, Ray, what do you have?
24.6.
Okay, 24.6 degree. Okay, so that will be the reference angle in the little triangle, right? And then because the domain, right? We are always given the domain. Domain of 0 to 360, that means you are looking for the regular full circle, positive, okay? So the first one will be here. Okay, so our angle A how do we find the first angle A? Tiana?
270 minus 24.6.
Okay, 24.6 is the one that's in the triangle, the little red dot. Okay, so you have to use 180, right? Think about the way it turns. Okay, let me erase this line first. Right, you either use the 180 degree or the 360 degree because reference angle is always with the x-axis, right? So you would turn 180 degree and then a little bit more, okay? So what do you do? Tiana?
180 plus 24.6.
Yeah, okay, so use 180 to add 24.6 and what's that equal?
204.6.
Yeah, okay, so that's the first one. And then we could have a second one. Second one has to turn all the way to here, right? Right before the reference angle. So same thing, right? Don't use the 270, right? Because you don't know the angle from 270 to the terminal arm, right? So use the 360 and then go back, right? Make a full circle and then take away the reference, okay? So 360, that's full circle, minus 24.6. Okay, what's that equal, William?
Give me one sec.
Yep.
I am gonna use my calculator because
Of course.
I don't have a brain today. 335.4 degrees.
335.4 degree, yes. Okay, so that will be the final answer there. Okay, so please make a note. When you are finding the reference angle, this number, the ratio that you put in, has to be positive. Okay, use positive. So you temporarily ignore the negative sign when you are finding reference. Okay, so this is the key. And once you get the reference, your draw angle is the same as before. Okay, you either use 180 to add or subtract, or use 360 to add or subtract. Okay, never use 90 or 270 because they have nothing to do with reference. Okay, reference angle doesn't touch those two. All right. So any question here? If you understand this one, can you show me the hand? Okay, I'm gonna lower your hands first. Okay. Okay. Trudy, do you get it? Yeah, okay. So we are going to just do up to H, okay? We won't do question I. I think it's you guys should be able to handle that too. So please finish A to H now, and then we'll check answer when you guys are all done, okay? So raise up your hand once you finish everything up to H. So remember, if you get something that's reciprocal, you reciprocal back first, okay? Anyone has questions? Well, one person finished. Let me know if you want to check any step, okay? If you're not sure if you are doing in the right way, can let me know. Please raise your hand if you finished. Okay, let's go over the first four. Okay, you guys can keep on doing what you're doing. Okay, and then you can look back and check your answers. So, Ray, for question A, which quadrant?
1 and 2.
Okay. And then reference angle, sine inverse of 0.2568. What's your reference? Ray, it's still you?
14.9.
14.9. So first answer will be
14.9.
second one.
165.1.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, Donna. Question B, which quadrant?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay. Reference angle will be cosine inverse of what do we put inside the bracket, Donna?
0.5603.
Yeah, and what's your reference?
55.9.
65.9?
No, 55.
Okay. 55.9. Okay, so your first answer is
124.1.
second one.
235.9.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Cindy. Question C, which quadrant?
3 and 4.
Yeah. And then to find reference, it will be sine inverse of
0.4874.
yeah. And what's your answer?
29.2.
Okay. And your first answer?
209.2.
9.2. Second one?
150.8.
Say that again.
150.8.
150.8. Too small. The second one, right? Look at the picture. Right, first one is 180 and then you add the reference, right?
I think I subtracted it.
Yeah, how do you get the second one? What's the step?
180 plus 29.2.
That's the first one, right? How about second one? How do we get the second one?
60 minus 29.2.
Yeah, 360 take away, so it should be much bigger, right?
330.8.
331.8. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's look at question D. Question D, Trudy, which quadrant?
Quadrant 2 and 4.
Yeah. And reference angle will be tangent inverse of
Of tangent inverse of 5.2588.
and your answer is
Wait, for the theta r
for the reference.
reference 79.2 degrees.
Okay, 79.2 degrees. So your first answer
100.8 degrees.
100.8 degrees. Second one
280.8 degrees.
0.80 degrees. Okay, so everyone please check your ABCD. Okay, anyone got different? They seem okay, right? These answer makes sense. Okay, now the last three we have reciprocal. Okay, so a few more steps. So Eric, for question E, how do we begin?
You draw the triangle
Which place?
in quadrant 1 and quadrant 3.
Okay, now what do we do?
Now you change it to tan A equals 1 over 1.4874.
Yeah, so therefore our reference angle will be tangent inverse of the same thing, right? So what's your reference angle?
33.9.
33.9, and your first answer?
33.9.
Second one,
213.9.
13.9. Okay, that's good. Okay, question F. William, how do we begin?
I did it wrong before. I'm redoing it right now.
Okay, I'll wait for you. I'll come back to you, okay? You work on F,
Okay.
okay?
Jason,
Yeah,
number C is wrong.
C
It's
is wrong.
supposed to be 330.8.
330.8. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we subtracted wrong, right? 360 subtract, 330. I probably heard it wrong. Okay, so let's look at H. So Tiana, how do we begin this one?
Isolate cotangent.
Okay, so cotangent should equal to
-5.
-5. Okay, what do we do now?
You like you put it into like tangent.
Okay, so tangent A will become
1/5.
1 over -5.
Negative, yeah.
Yeah, now what?
And then you do the inverse
Okay,
of tangent.
inverse of tangent. What do we do inside?
1/5.
Yeah, so what's your reference?
11.3.
11.3 degree. Okay, so our first answer. Well, we forgot to draw, right? Which quadrant is it?
2 and 4.
2 and 4. Okay. So first answer will be
168.7.
0.7. Okay, the other one?
348.7.
48.7. Okay, thank you. Okay, William, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, so please tell me which quadrant for F?
1 and 4.
1 and 4. Okay, hold on. 1 and 4. Yep, quadrant 1 and 4. Okay, and then reference angle is not what we do. We forgot a step.
What?
How do we? What's the next step we do?
We change. Wait. What is that called? Wait, I just forgot the name of the thing.
Which thing?
SEC. What is that called again? Secant? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Change that to cosine.
Yeah. Okay. So cosine A will now become
1/13/7,
which is
which is 7/13.
yeah. So you just reciprocal that. Okay. And then what do we do now?
And then you put inverse cosine 7/13,
And you got
and I got 57.4 degrees.
okay. And your first answer for angle A.
57.4 degrees.
Second answer.
302.6 degrees.
2.6 degree. Okay. Looks good. Okay. So everybody, please check these answers. If they are all correct, then you are free to go. Okay. I'll see you next class. And if you have any question, you can stay after. All right. Okay. I'll see you
Okay.
on
Cool.
Friday.
Wait,
Whoa, 2 hours passed by so fast.
Yeah, learn so much. Okay, so next we will be very exciting. We'll be starting graphing. Okay, graphing trigonometry, the wave. All right. So don't miss that.
What a wave.
Yeah, the wave on your cover page. Right, the roller coaster. Okay, we'll be studying that next week.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
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 Jason.
Yes, William.
So can you explain to me y equals mx plus b from like a year ago?
Your school?
Yes, for summer school, because I forgot like how you get B.
Yeah, let me turn off the recording first then. Okay.
Okay.